to their homes no later than sundown. In addition, we have received reports of dangerous creatures in the foothills. Anyone with business outside the town limits is urged to use caution. Please report any suspicious persons or activity to Mayor White at once.
Oh, this is sad.
Dear Foreman Staunton, I apologise for the delay in the latest butchery shipment. I was given some plant scraps by a kindly old woman down the way for my pig feed, but I'm afraid it may have been tainted. My swine have become afflicted with a malady that makes them unusually aggressive. It has been difficult to corral them for transport. I will attempt another shipment by week's end.
That's not looking good.
Dearest husband, I don't know who you think you're fooling, but I've seen you sneaking out into the foothills while you think I'm asleep. Whatever it is you're up to, it better not involve that crazy woman in the woods. She's a dangerous one, but not half as dangerous as I'll be if I find out you're up to no good.
Our poor little village is dead. All the people have gone stiff or fled. There is no more noise, except me and my toys, just like all the dark birdies said.
Hey,
Ahoy!
there's no one to play with me here anymore. You'll play with me, right, lady? It's time for tea. We find other guests, please.
Stay warm! Yay! This is gonna be the best tea party ever! Let's find the other guests.
Okay. These are some dead chickens. Cursed wolf.
Trunksy, you know Miss Mary doesn't allow you in the house. You track mud everywhere.
I guess the little girl is fine with wolves. Why wouldn't she be? She's probably some kind of horrific wolf witch. Damn. Gotten harder and harder for me to keep up with these guys. She's just staring at me.
Oh, Mr. Munchykins, you were hungry, weren't you? Come along now. It's time for tea. Naughty Mayor Striggs. Always running away from your responsibilities to the townsfolk. Well, you can't run anymore.
This is going to be the best tea party ever. Hooray! Only one more guest left to find. We have to find our last guest before it's time for tea. Smoochums really likes the woods. I bet we'll find him there.
Anchors away! Smoochums loves the woods. I'm gonna make sure the doggies didn't get him.
There's another rare over this way, but I don't want to go over there. Meow. Find Smoochums, but Addie is nowhere to be seen. The book is a register of the inhabitants of Glenbrook. All but a few of the names are crossed out. This is exactly what I needed after all those kind of normal areas. I need like creepy weird stuff. It seemed to be a
Miss
journal.
Mary turned her back on us while seeking wicked power. She brought death upon our village, turned the forest dark and dour.
Okay.
I do not have a target.
Visions. Hi. For friends. Just go ahead and heal up a bit. This honestly reminds me of something out of Octopath, the music. Right, I came here for this. Right. I like how even the bunnies are aggressive.
Sam kept his farm well tended. To livestock he was kind. Into the woods Sam vanished. Now who will tend his swine?
Oh, crap. Jeez, I've got to use cooldowns every single grouping now.
Too far away. My mana is low.
There is a large open wound in the center of the man's chest. Peering in, you notice his heart has been ripped out. Searching his pockets, you find this letter. My dearest Mary, please come back home. Also continues to ask where you are. What shall I say? That mother ran into the woods to do who knows what? We miss you, my dear. Our home is not the same. Please come back to us.
Mr. Hayes was said to have a soul so sweet and nice. How sad the kind man's heart became a witch's sacrifice. The Dark Ones called to Annie, but from evil she refrained. No surprise to anyone, she ended up in chains.
Mainlander, eh?
Annie looks at you, eyes hollow and empty. Her clothes are stained with blood. She seems to be mostly unscathed. She stutters. Her words are unintelligible. I'm sorry, I can't. Your footsteps behind you. Abby? Who?
This land is cursed.
Let's go, let's go! It's time for the tea party! Up here! This is gonna be the best tea party ever! Great! Sit down so we can start the party. With you and Smoochum's helping, I can call the last guest. Yarr! Do I sound like a pirate? Doggy, play nice with our guests. We wouldn't want them to leave hungry. Or at all.
What was that? That thing!
That was rude.
Don't get many travelers here.
Is that really Abby? Did she bring forth that thing? We thought her dead not long ago. What could she be done to bring such horror upon our village? All on you, huh? All powerful too.
Even rotten crops reap.
I can't thank you enough, Mainlander. I want to get as far away from this place as possible. If I were you, I'd do the same. Good luck.
That was cool, and I'm really glad I did it. But it's obvious that I shouldn't have. I mean, lore-wise. I don't want to deal with that. Come on, nice tight fence. Could you just kind of let me out, please? A good fifth of my frames have been dropped. What's going on? Almost a quarter. I know where this is going. No reason to do them both, actually. Dead? Yeah, I shouldn't have used both my cooldowns.
I don't know where these blasted flies came from, but they've returned each morning for a fortnight now. At this rate, we'll run out of feed for the pigs in a month's time. What curse has befallen this place? I'd bet my last torch it has something to do with that old croon.
My recording has been fine up until I started playing this game, so what is it about this game that's giving me trouble? At the last expansion it was fine. The writings we were able to find all have one common thread. Old woman who recently arrived in town. This ledger may contain some information on her whereabouts. The ledger indicates that an old woman named Helena Gentle recently took up residence in a house down the road from the town. The villager's writing points to her being involved somehow in a variety of maladies that struck the village recently. It's possible that she may know what's behind this spell, if it hasn't affected her as well. There's the house.
Good day to you.
Hello there, young woman. Don't get many visitors from Fallhaven. What brings you to my home? A curse upon the villagers? Oh my, how dreadful. Well, to be honest, there have been some strange happenings around Fallhaven of late. I wonder if those could be culprit. Take a seat and have a spot of tea. I'll tell you what I know.
Keep the wind in your sails.
Insipid outsider!
No
This
shit.
village is mine! The mother has willed it! You should turn away now, lest you share their fate!
Oh, that was rude. In her haste, it looks like Helena left her spellbook behind. The pages of this book detail the ritual that she used to entrap the villagers of Fallhaven. It seems the effigy holding the spell in the village is protected by smaller ones surrounding the town. If these are destroyed, you may be able to affect the one holding the spell on the townsfolk. The wildlife in the foothills appear to be under Helena's spell, and this villager appears to be one of their victims. It must be the cause of the recent disappearances from Fallhaven. Perhaps if their numbers were cut down, it would pose less of a threat to the townspeople. Nothing is being output, is it? Let me look at my stream at least. Guess I've got to deal with this one. Yep, my stream looks terrible. I could increase the bandwidth actually. See if this does anything. Where was it? And now it's just frozen.
Foolish outsider! You dare challenge me? Here? In my domain?
Hello, rare enemy. And everyone surrounding it. Shit, why are there so many? Yeah, got through it somehow. Of course, none of that fight was captured.
I need to target something first.
What if I do this? Where is it? Here. Looks like I'm streaming at like 500 kilobytes per second. It's pathetic. Is it? No, I already decided it's not the streaming that's the problem, it's the recording itself. In the way, so I've got to kill
I am
him
out
again.
of range.
Wildlife cold, the villagers of Fallhaven no longer have to fear the foothills. Yeah, that's not happening. Maybe.
I will show you the Coven's power!
I'm sure you will.
Our power is ancient! You cannot stop!
What the fuck was that?
My curse.
The crone is defeated. You will no longer pose a threat to the people of Allhaven. However, her curse in the village still lingers. Caramba.
You mind your business, and I'll mind mine.
Too far away.
My grandson is always getting into trouble, but this is something else. Think polite. I was taking care of my grandson and his friends. I told them to play quietly while I took a nap. When I woke up, they left a note saying they were going on an expedition. I think they'll find Titan relics in the Trog caverns. We're too young to fight Trogs, and I'm too old. I badly almost gave out getting here. Looks strapping. Find my grandson and the rest of the Adventurers Society. Send them home. These Trogs are a menace to the whole area. They raid camps and caravans and eat the livestock when they come down from the caves. Kids being up there might set them off. Slay some of the Trogs before they decide to cause trouble.
May blight fall upon the Coven.
So yeah, looks like I want to go down to finish this. Let's just do all the side quests. Gotta figure out which ones are side, which ones are main. I'm fine with taking this mysterious but slow, you know? A child-sized backpack. A junior explorer's pen is attached to the back. It appears to have been emptied by the Trogs. Finally, I'm streaming something. Oh, that's a boar. That's another boar. Still stuttering, god damn it. Yep, thought he was dead. Like there's a rare up here. Let's gonna be a pain to get through. Let's get this thing first. One of the kids?
I like Tortolans.
Hey, you found our stuff. Andrew's grandpa's nice and all. He'd have slowed us down. Adventure, fortune, and fame awaited. Maybe we should have brought a weapon or something, though. My friend and I want to be explorers, so we made a society. There are trogs here, right? So that means there's probably ancient stuff nearby. Books say trogs like shiny things, so we poured some of our allowance and gave them gold so we could dig. It didn't work out like we expected. I escaped, but they've got my friends. I've been trying to think about how to get them out. Could you do it? I'll include you in our exploration report as an honorary member.
Anchors away!
The discarded paper contains a list of the items the Adventurer Society has found during the course of their excavation here at the Northern Caverns. It is unlikely they found actual relics. There's no harm in recovering the items the kids found. At least they're souvenirs of the adventure. That is a lot of junk. Goodbye, child. Kill you. Getting close. God damn it, I'm out of stuff. Shit, I'm really out of stuff, I'm fucked. No, no. I can't do anything about this. I'm screwed. And I'm fucking... I've got no place to run. Holy shit, just because... Yeah, I can at least deal with that. Probably. Okay. Got it. Jesus! Oh my god! Because I pulled a few extra enemies. Wow. Better do this slowly and safely. Thank you. I was going to run out of rocks up here. God, that was confusing. I'm gonna hide with Marcus. Hey, thanks. Who knew Charles could use magic? I know, right? I gotta get rid of these guys. Oh, that guy's in for a treat.
I require a target.
Actually doing it? He seems to be doing fine. Shit, I'm not. Oh jeez, that guy's fucking dead. Fuck! After dealing with demons in space, I never thought it would be trogs that did me in. Shouldn't be complaining. This difficulty actually is quite exhilarating. Just kind of frustrating that you go from easy stuff to hard stuff. Usually it's the other way around. The expansion starts hard and then gets easier. Mining node, like right here. Under the rock? What? No.
Fish are weird.
Fish are weird, yes, thank you. Hey, you saved my friends. I mean, they probably could have escaped on their own. It was nice you could distract the trogs for him. You look like you've been in a fight. Do you introduce those trogs to the business end of your weapon? That's what I would have done. Give them a good right hook, then a left, pow, bam! But they're sorry for messing with you. But they're fucking dead. Whoa, you found our relics. Aren't they neat? Isn't our stuff neat? We found real relics. I bet Bran Bronzebeard would be impressed. We're gonna write him once we get back home. But everyone but Nigel. He's in the big cave. Bet he went in there to look for relics, but now he's tied up. Would you save him too?
Steer clear of sirens.
That's good advice, actually.
I must get closer.
You me stacked out too. Rock skin. I saw a rock shin. Like, alright? Why's your shin made out of rock? Why are you not? It crumbles. That would have been a bad way to go. Come on, let's get out of here. Nigel, there you are.
Don't get many travelers here.
Thank you for saving my grandson and his friends. I'm sure they will make fine explorers when they're adults. Which will be about the time they are no longer grounded.
This land is cursed.
You kids know you're not supposed to sneak out. Yes, Gramps. You're all grounded for 2 months. Oh, come on, Gramps. Oh, we're explorers. Put that up and I'll make it 3 months. Lucky Zorafin happened along and was able to save you. Hey, we good here? Better get back to this one then. Still haven't finished one. There's 10 storylines and I haven't finished a 1. Obviously safe chest. Oh, hello. Of course, I have to loot this guy in order to get this thing. I did not get the obviously safe chest, though. Went a bit too low. Magic energies surrounding the effigy have dissipated. The effigy's protection has been broken. All that remains is to break the effigy itself. And pick up this sweet loot.
Fool! You will die screaming!
Okay. Seems a little extreme, but whatever floats your boat, dude. This is America.
All of Kultiris will suffer. You are only the first. Gorak, tool, come.
These cutscenes are great.
What is going on? What brings you to Fallhaven?
Going on? How long have I been standing here? A curse? You're saying the whole village was just stuck? I knew there was something terribly wrong with that old crone. It seems that Fallhaven owes you a great debt, stranger.
I must have you to thank. I never thought I would awake from that accursed state. Fallhaven is in your debt, stranger. Please, tell us how we can repay you.
You seek House Waycrest? Oh, your timing could not be worse. I had just received a raven regarding the Lord Waycrest's daughter, Lucille, shortly before this curse came upon us. They apprehended her in Fletcher's Hollow and are taking her to trial. They say she is a witch herself. If she's found guilty, they will surely hang. We must make haste to Hangman's Point. With what you've seen here, maybe you can convince them of her innocence.
These are dark times. Tread carefully.
A monstrous beast of wood and flesh has been terrorizing the nearby river territories. If any adventurers are brave enough to vanquish this beast, the town of Fallhaven would gratefully proffer a reward. Please report to Mayor White if you wish to help.
New bodge goods here, me.
Thanks heaps for getting us out of that pickle, mainlander. Hate to ask, but would you be willing to help with another matter? Even before this curse struck the village, our sausage shipments from Carver's Harbor started slowing down. If I don't get some sausages, I won't be able to feed my family. Can you help an honest sausage merchant out? Carver's Harbor is just down the road from here.
Travel safely now.
I'll start with this one. Then I'll do this one, and that was the main one, so I'll do that one last. You probably saw none of that due to the freezing. Constant freezing. I can't do this as retribution. I can barely take out a couple of enemies as retribution. Jonathan 77. Must be it. That would be a troll elf. I'm standing in shit. All the shit I'm standing in.
The light thanks you.
Grim tidings, I fear.
The beast has been slain. You have my thanks, Paladin. Here is your reward, as promised.
Fair winds and following seas.
this a bit better? Yeah. I must have forgotten to save is all. I might not actually need to use the item inventory thing in this game, this expansion. It used to be that trinkets were spec specific, and now they're kind of not. I mean, some are kind of better suited for others, for certain specs than others, like some survivability ones are obviously good for tanks, some damaging ones are obviously good for damage dealers.